People wish that they had started a YouTube channel 5 years ago. Think about that. Now imagine 5 years from now, looking back and realizing that you could have started, and imagine where you would be, right? What would that mean for your skills, your connections, and even your career? And that thought, it's been bouncing back in my head, right? That thought is the thought that motivates me every single day to come up with new ideas, to script them, to research them, to film them, to edit them, and everything else that's involved in YouTube. It's that thought of, man, if I start doing this now consistently, where will I be in 5 years? Because right now, I wish I started 5 years ago. And if you're hesitating about starting because you think no one will watch, or that's actually your biggest advantage. See, I'll explain why in just a second. But first, I really want to talk about the real benefits that I've seen of starting a YouTube channel today, even if you start with 0 views. And the first thing I really wanted to talk about was the fact that you develop really high value skills, right? Because most people don't realize this at all, but creating YouTube videos takes a lot of work and a lot of skill. It forces you to develop some of the most in-demand skills today. For example, video editing, right? And this is my experience. I started editing videos, cutting clips together, then I started working with random creators, and then one thing led to the next, and after years I started working with really, really big, some of the top 1% YouTubers, household names that you probably know of, as their editor. And then I ended up making a full career out of it, where now video editing, before I became a YouTube strategist, it was how I provided for my family through having a wife, through having a kid. It was the main job I had, and it all started with me just playing around with editing clips together for YouTube. It could literally become a career. Or storytelling. I've been able to run workshops, cohorts, and I've built some wonderful relationships because of my storytelling ability. And that all came back to YouTube, right? I learned how to storytell for YouTube through books, through coachings myself, taking coachings myself to be better for clients, and now to be better for myself. And also, it just makes you better at business. Like, I have landing pages or my funnel, which converts really, really well, and I contribute that to the storytelling principles I've learned being a YouTuber. And another one's public speaking. Like, I've been able to do networking, I've been able to speak at events and stuff on the topic of video editing or content creation, and I got that skill from talking to the camera a lot, from being a part of the process with creators, of filming them, helping direct them, all of these skills. And then marketing as well, right? I've helped a creator launch a video, and literally that video made him $40,000 with his back-end offer in 1 day, because of the way we strategically did that script and the marketing for that video. And these are all skills that I've learned because I just played around with YouTube, right? And then branding. And I've also helped so many people with their brand and learn about branding and what it can do and the power of it. Like, YouTube isn't just about making videos. It's like running your own mini media company if you want it to be. And if you don't, it doesn't have to be. That's what's so cool about it. The skills that you learn will help you in any career, even outside of YouTube, and that I can guarantee you. Also, just in life in general, there's a lot of skills that will just help you be better at life. But if you are doing this for career-focused reasons, that's fine. Something that's super cool is companies pay thousands of dollars for people with these kinds of skills that we just mentioned. The skills that you need to learn to become good at YouTube. That's so cool. Like, so literally, if you want to grow your own business, if you want to land, let's say freelance gigs as a freelancer, if you want to start your own media company, even if you want to start a career in, media down the line, like bigger picture media, your YouTube channel, it becomes your proof of expertise of those things, right? But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to YouTube. Because the second thing that I really wanted to talk about was the fact that you could build a personal brand that opens doors. Yeah, something I was thinking about was like imagining 2 people applying for the same job. One has some traditional resume that's pretty boring, and then the other one has a YouTube channel filled with valuable insights, tutorials, engaging content, showing that they're really an expert in that space, and showcasing their knowledge and their personality. Who do you think's gonna get hired if the whoever's hiring for that role goes to that guy's YouTube channel and sees that he's clearly an expert in this field and he has a good personality? See, in today's world, your online presence is your new resume. And this has happened to me with jobs. I've had people go to my YouTube channel, my other one about video editing, and be like, oh, I really like how you edit your videos. I like how you are on camera. Like, I want to work with YouTube. It's the best way to stand out, I believe, right now. Actually, I know it is, because video, and that's why famous people are going to YouTube too, like Cristiano Ronaldo, Will Smith, all these people are creating YouTube. Videos builds trust faster than anything else, even if you only have a few videos, right? The right person finding your content could literally change your life. You have no idea who's watching your content. And speaking of opportunities, I really want to talk about what happens when you take it seriously and consistently show up on YouTube, because that's when things really start to change. And that's my third point I wanted to mention here, which is the fact that you attract like-minded people and unexpected opportunities, because you never know who's watching, as I said, right? One of the most underrated parts of YouTube, it's really about the people that you attract, the audience that you build, the raving fans that you could potentially build, the people who watch your content. When you start, you're sharing your ideas, your experiences, your expertise, all that good stuff, you will naturally draw in people who think like you, who also are interested in those things, right? And this could be potential business partners in the future, potential mentors, potential clients, or even lifelong friends, your wife, or you have no idea who these people are. For example, there are YouTubers who started with a random hobby channels, and before they knew it, they were getting offers to speak at events. They were getting offers to collaborate with big brands. There's even a YouTube creator who I've worked with in the past who met his wife. His wife was one of his viewers. Like, this happens because YouTube gives you credibility, visibility, and it really does in a way that no other platform does. Even with just a handful of views, just a handful, the right person watching could completely change your trajectory. And if you're still doubting, even still, whether it's worth it to start a YouTube channel or not, consider a fact that a lot of people don't ever talk about, which is something I also find so cool. And it's the fact that you can create a digital legacy, right? Most people today, they're like, oh, I need meaning, right? They spend years working jobs that they hate, that will leave no lasting impact, but they want to leave a lasting impact. Well, listen, when you start a YouTube channel, every video you create lives on forever, for the most part, right? Think about that. Your knowledge, your experiences, your unique perspective, it will exist on the internet for years, helping people long after you've moved on to other and bigger and better things. And the most crazy part of this all, I know I keep saying that, but seriously, the most crazy part of this all is some of the biggest YouTubers today have a video sitting there unnoticed with 0 views for months and months, even years, before they took off, right? The long-term impact of creating content is something most people completely underestimate. It's what's called the compounding effect. It's the same thing. It's applicable to YouTube as well. And if you're thinking, okay, well, how do I actually start? Well, to be honest, it can get pretty difficult and complicated, but it could also be pretty easy, right? And that brings me to the next point, which is how to start right now, even if you have no experience. Because the biggest mistake people make is waiting until they're ready. But like a lot of things in life, you won't be ready until you just do it, right? I didn't feel ready to get married until I got married. I didn't feel ready to be a dad until I had a kid. I didn't feel ready or prepared to get behind a camera and start a YouTube channel until I did it, right? As Great Gatsby said, fake it until you can make it, old sport. So here's a challenge for you, if you're on the edge of just getting started with YouTube or not. Film and upload your first video today, even if it's bad, right? Because every great YouTuber you admire started out terrible. Even if you post it and you unlist it, you still posted it. So here's what you can do to start right now. First of all, just pick a super simple topic. Talk about something you already know. Like maybe, for me, it would be like YouTube growth or video editing. Probably video editing because I did it for longer. Then use your phone. You don't need any fancy gear. Your iPhone's plenty good, okay? And then keep it very short. Even if it's just 2 to 3 minutes, it's enough, right? We're not trying to optimize this video. We're not trying to create a curiosity loops and payoffs, and we're not trying to do all this optimization. We're trying to not overthink it. Don't overthink the edit. Just cut out the awkward pauses when you edit on a free platform like DaVinci Resolve, and then go and hit upload. Because your first video, it's not to go viral, get a bunch of views, or get a bunch of back-end offers.
Just to get it done.
Right? It's just to get it done. But if you guys do need help with ideas or growing your channel, and you do really want to take it seriously, I send out a weekly newsletter with exclusive tips, so I highly recommend that you join that with the first link in the description below. So now you know why starting a YouTube channel is a brilliant idea, even if no one watches.
What was his offer?
But if you really want to grow faster, I recommend that you join it seriously. I send out a weekly newsletter with exclusive tips, so I highly recommend that you join that with the first link in the description below. So now you know why starting a YouTube channel is a brilliant idea, even if no one watches at first. But if you really want to grow faster, you need to avoid the biggest mistakes that kill small channels and understand really some of the best strategies to follow it in 2025. And you can do that by clicking on this video right here where I actually break those strategies down for you. I've been thinking a lot lately about it.
I like that. I like the way that's another person that I just seen ending their videos like that. Say offer, hit like or whatever. Did he say that? I don't know what he said at the end. Basically pushing the next video.
At first. But if you really want to grow faster, you need to avoid the biggest mistakes that kill small channels and understand really some of the best strategies to follow it in 2025. And you can do that by clicking on this video.
Okay, so that's the way he ends it. He ends it basically by giving another problem and how he has the solution to it, and you can figure that out in the next video. Genius. It's genius. I love it. So we're not just consuming content, we're paying attention. It was a very straightforward, he just took all the, what he was basically telling you to do, take all the ums and ahs. Great video. Did I hit the like? Yeah, I did already. And I subscribed. Great video, creator launch. I loved it. Thank you. Now we're gonna finish this waffle.